Hello guys, I'm Chevelle, and earlier this week Blizzard has finally released their massive FAQ on Season 4, and I wanted to go over all the changes with you guys really quick, just so you're up to date with what is happening at the start of Season 4 and how much the same it's going to be as Season 3. So we'll go over the Conduit updates, Legendaries and Crafting, currency changes, and then the Mythic Plus and raid information. So let's crack straight into it, starting off with the Conduits. We'll show all this on screen as well, so you can read it yourself, or you can just have me read it for you, as whatever you prefer. First off, Conduit item levels are not increasing, meaning they'll stay at a max of 278, which is amazing. If you got 3k last season, you'll just stay at those levels. With 278 becoming the new normal item level for fated raids, Conduits on fated, normal, heroic and mythic raids will drop 278. LFR will however drop 265. Conduits aren't being added to the non-Shadowlands dungeon loot pools, but Tazavesh's Conduits will similarly update. The Vessel of Profound Possibilities, an item available from your Covenant vendors in Season 3 that upgraded all of your Conduits to item level 278 is changing. It no longer requires the Season 3 endgame achievement, so no more Duelist 3km plus rating or Mythic Sepulchre raid clear is necessary to purchase it. So if you have the Flux at this point in Season 4, you can just buy it, bam, all your Conduits are up to par. Next up, very important, Legendaries and Crafting. Like, are legendary item levels going to change? Are we going to have to recraft again? The crafted Shadowlands legendaries will not increase in rank, staying at a max of 7 with 291 for the season. No new crafters mark to create a single piece of improved item level gear. None of that. So everything we've crafted in Season 3, still viable, that's where it'll stay. We're not getting any crafted items that are new, no item level upgrades, everything just stays as is. It's very nice and simple. Next up, currencies. Cosmic Flux will not disappear on a season rollover, so all the flux you've acquired now is staying. A reminder that since our last post, there's now an item to transfer Cosmic Flux to other characters on your account. A lot of people seem to not notice yet. I've had this question in chat a couple of times. There is an item that is account wide now, account bound, on the Quartermaster that you can just buy and you can transfer Flux between characters. Sandworn Relics are going to be bind on account. Well, that is about time. Unused Attendance Token of Merit from Season 3, that's the token that you get out of the vault, will be disappearing. All the ones that you have left will convert into about 1,000 gold per token, which is about the same as buying gold from them. You get about 3k for free, so honestly you might get more this way, so I would just let them sit if you just want the gold. The Ephemera Infused Mesh, the Season 3 socket granting item, will stop functioning. The item will stop functioning on a season rollover. Players with the item in their bags can sell it for 6k gold, the same price as 6 tokens. The tokens of merit are however returning in Season 4, a new socketer item priced at only 3 tokens to account for the season length, because supposedly it will be much shorter than the other seasons. And the item will work on Season 4 items from Raid, PvP and M+. Right, next up we have the important, like the fun stuff is coming up now. First we'll deal with Mythic Plus. Mythic Plus Keystone Decay between seasons is 3 levels. So your keys will drop 3 levels as they have in the past seasons. For example, if your highest time key this week is an 18, you'll get a 15 on the opening of your vault at Season 4 when it starts. With a few exceptions, all dungeon items are going to retain their original stats when scaling up to Season 4. This means primary stats on rings from Warlords of Dinar, trinkets with no primary stats, Mechagon rings and other unique items from these dungeons will all be enabled. Our intent is for this season to keep as many things from these dungeons as they were where possible. Get ready to farm the rings again in Mechagon is all I'm saying. Azerite armor from King Mechagon is removed from the loot pool. Makes sense, Azerite armor will not function anymore, so that's just gone. Less chance of getting useless loot. As some of you may know, Warlords of Dinar had a different loot system where over 100 items were shared between all dungeons. For Season 4, Grimrail Depot and Iron Dog's loot table will compromise the items unique to those dungeons, as well as a mix of items chosen from the large shared pool to bring them in line with the other dungeons. The Mythic Plus end of run items won't be capped on week 1 like in previous season. This is a big one. So you can start off doing 15s immediately. The Wednesday the season starts, which is basically on patch release, if I understand correctly. Bam, instantly into 15s, get that max item level. You'll be able to grind that out really quickly. The non-Tazavest Shadowlands dungeons are gaining an increase in baseline item level, but these are not upgradable with Valor. Only items from the Season 4 Mythic Plus pool will be upgradable, so we're not going to be farming TOP for Ruby, for example, or Mists for the Changeling. There is no point, most likely. Next up, raiding changes. Mythic raiding will be available on launch with no delay. That's actually huge. Cross Realms raiding is going to stay on, so you can do Mythic raids with your friends from other realms, because there is no Hall of Fame in Season 4. Raid skips earned in previous seasons will work in the difficulties you unlock them for. For example, if you have the Kel'Thuzad skip for Sanctum of Domination, during the weeks where Sanctum is the fated raid, you'll be able to use that skip only on heroic difficulty. Castle Nefria and Sanctum of Domination now give up to 2000 reputation with the Court of Harvesters, and Death's Advance on all difficulties. When these raids are fated, they will drop up to 2000 Cosmic Flux as well. Items received from fated raids will maintain their fated tag when transformed into class set armor by the Creation Catalyst, meaning they will also be upgradable via the heroic/mythic upgrade currency mentioned in the original post. Pretty amazing, pretty good. Season 4 is gonna be a fast one. We're gonna kick into high gear really quickly, and I imagine people will be able to, for example, gear my viewer raids up really quick in M+, so that we can just smash heroic. Right, next up, and basically last, the raid rewards. This is an important one, right? As a legendary weapon, Rashalar's Death Whisper, the legendary bow, is not going to be available to purchase on the broker vendor with Dinar, Dinar being the new currency we're getting. For players that already have the bow, however, an item will be purchasable from the broker vendors that will bring Rashalar to item level 285. So if you already have the legendary bow, you can upgrade it to 285. Sylvanas herself is still going to drop the bow on faded weeks. So if Sanctum is the faded raid, which will be the second week into Season 4, you will be able to get a heroic or mythic item level Rashalar. On top of this, to account for the shorter season and the difficulty to get these items, both Rashalar and Edge of Night, Rogues Rejoice, will have an increased drop rate in all difficulties and version of Sanctum. So you might get very lucky and just get it on your first week, and honestly, just you're done with your weapon as a rogue. Or as a hunter even. And last but not least, Blizzard are making a series of balance changes to trinkets and special weapons obtainable from all free Shadowlands raids. Some from Shadowlands dungeons. While they're not going over the specific changes right now, we'll have to wait for the patch notes. They are giving us a heads up that they're making changes for a few reasons. Basically, Blizzard is hoping to remove an advantage that some players might have from obtaining a 278 version of a Shadowlands trinket from Season 3 Great Vault, considering that the dungeon trinkets will be attainable at a max item level of 262 for anyone who starts Season 4 after it begins. And second, with the raids rotating, they want to ensure that a higher amount of items looted from raid on a given week have a chance to be satisfying upgrades for players. So, not too bad. I could get behind this change. That's pretty good. I would be a little bit sad if I had to run a 278 trinket or lower, like a 262 even, if I could be getting higher item level, but it wouldn't be worth it because of a certain proc. And very last, given the limited Dinar currency, we've seen a lot of fear from players that they'd be afraid to spend them, only to have that item nerfed or another item made better. They're front-loading the changes at the start of the season, and Blizzard intends to stay as hands-off as possible. So decisions made about which items you can buy can be removed from the fear of those numbers changing dramatically. Let's hope they keep their word on this, and that we can just buy the items that we right now know will be strong, with no further balance changes, but we'll have to see. Alright, that is all on the Season 4 changes that we're getting. I wish you all the best of luck in Season 4. Hopefully we'll all be able to push for that 3k or higher. Make sure you set appropriate goals and make sure to keep grinding. Thank you very much for watching. Please check us out on Twitch, Twitter, Discord, wherever. Come say hi in the community, and if you have any further questions, shoot anyone a message or just drop a comment down below. Twitch.tv/JavelleTV for the stream, Discord.gg/JavelleTV for the Discord, and Twitter.com/JavelleTV for my Twitter for any hot takes that you might find interesting. Have a fantastic rest of your day, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.